so I don't understand. Like, do you really think that you don't believe in love?
No, but okay. Well,
Wow, you folded real quick on that.
the thing is, like, do I? I think people have it. I don't know. But I told my roommate this, and he was like, you know what? You know what you sound like? You sound like the girl in a rom-com right before she meets the love of her life.
Grace is gonna go to the airport,
and I was
you're gonna be off to Costa
as
Rica.
if that wasn't my plan all along.
You're gonna be off in
bitch.
Costa Rica, and I'll be like, Grace, wait, we have 12 more questions we
We
need to answer.
finish.
Welcome back to the pod.
What's her name?
Hill to Die On.
There we
is
go.
The name of the
Atta
pod.
girl.
We are episodes deep. This is becoming regularity. Viewers are now listening and thinking this is going to last a while.
Yeah, and surprise.
These two people are meant to
one
be
of us
together
is going
on
to kill
screen.
each other. Which one of us do you think would be more likely to kill the other?
You it would be.
You
more
think
likely
I
to
would kill you?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't think I care enough to kill.
I care about so much stuff.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot of pent up.
My name's
anger.
Grace. I'm the murderer, and this is
And
Greg.
I'm Greg. I'm the documentary
victim.
that you're watching.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the
This would
podcast.
honestly, if I
Gabby
did
Petito?
murder you, if I murdered you and they would make a documentary, we'd have so much footage.
It would be sick. Honestly, if this pod goes nowhere, I'm totally down for being the
For me to
sacrificial
kill
lamb.
you?
Yeah. I was telling Jack
What
earlier
if we
today.
fake it? What if we fake your death?
No, not as cool.
Do you think we
Because then I'll go
could?
to jail.
How would we do it?
Well, now we have no chance because we're publicly
You
talking
guys
about
don't
it.
tell. No one tell.
But if we didn't talk about it already, we could probably get it done. I've seen enough Breaking Bad that I think I could get some crazy shit done.
How would we do it? What would you do?
It has to probably include water because I can't
'Cause you
swim,
can't swim.
you know, and just get the people believing
Yeah,
that,
a
you know.
shipwreck. A shipwreck is the best way to have a mystery death.
I mean, a shipwreck seems like I could die, though.
No.
Like,
you'd
I don't
live.
want to die in it.
No, I'd be there on a boat. I'd whisk you away
whisk
to
me
an
away?
island.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd set you up in an island.
I
You'd
grow
grow
a nice long
beard.
beard. Oh! I think, what's the alias? What am I coming back as? Long John Silver?
No,
Are we
that's
getting
too
weird?
obvious.
Too
That's
obvious. Too obvious.
You gotta go something normal.
But is it
You gotta
not
do something
obvious? But
like-
normal's obvious,
like-
though. Like John
like
Smith,
Sam, like
everyone's
Sam.
Sam? Am I
No,
Sam?
like something right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Where are we
Like
going?
Sam.
We'll open up suggestion
Sam
box.
Richardson. That's not an actor.
You're like, Tom Cruise. If
yeah,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
think of something on the top
Fuck,
of
I'll
my
just
head.
come up with a random actor.
Yeah, I don't know. Like a Brad Pitt. I don't know, like, maybe
Yeah.
you just call yourself
Jordan
Fight Club.
Sparks.
Ooh, Jordan Sparks could work.
Yeah.
There's no way people are going to think that
You're
I
the Jordan
made that up,
Sparks. Yeah.
You know? Maybe I just go by Fantasia.
And spell it Jordan Sparks. She spells it with an I-N. You spell it Jordan.
Uh-huh. How many X's? 3? Let's get weird. And then I do porn.
Then it's porn.
Yeah. I'm naming my name. I'm naming it Jordan Sparks, and then I do porn.
I like this.
I am very much into the idea.
And people are like, that guy looks like that guy Greg Melly from the Netflix
Like,
documentary.
no,
People are like,
no.
no. Meanwhile, I'm in jail.
Yeah. No, you're not. Why would you be?
Oh, because you died in a shipwreck. You're right.
Yeah.
But it's mysterious.
It's a
still.
mysterious way.
People,
you whisked me away. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I have a question actually.
Yeah.
It's about dating.
Okay.
Would you date someone if their last 3 partners, she's perfect, but her last 3 partners mysteriously died while they were with her?
Bro, I wouldn't date someone who knows somebody who died.
What?
No, you're right. I mean, I know people who've died.
Congrats,
no,
wow.
absolutely not. I would not do that. I don't
Wait,
like the
how
word
many-
mysterious. One. I don't want to go on a first date with you and you'd be like, "Oh, my ex-boyfriend fell down the steps and died." Like,
Yeah, and it's crazy
What?
because it happened to the guy before that
yeah,
too.
I'm like
And what are the odds?
I just date like goofy guys because
I just say I love a klutz, you know.
Yeah,
I
and,
just
like,
love.
I
I love
am
a
that.
real klutzy guy.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
so
out.
cute,
I
and
don't
sometimes
wanna
they
deal-
die,
would you?
but
If a guy was like gave you good enough excuses for the last 3 girls he's dated that have all conveniently died, but like good enough excuses where you're like, all right, he didn't do it.
yeah, he'd have to be really perfect.
He would have to be the hottest dude.
No,
ever.
it's not even about hot.
That would have to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Like Scientology killed my last 3 girlfriends.
yeah, it
You know
would.
what I mean?
I don't think I believe in love. Is my new thing.
Oh,
no offense.
that's gonna be rough for this episode of the pod. I'm trying to fall in love with you tonight, Grace.
Oh yeah, we
and
do want to do. If you guys listened to an episode, what was that? 70
knows, dude?
episodes
Who
ago, we
knows?
did the first
Yeah,
part
I
of
mean,
the.
we have so much fame right now.
No, I've decided that
We
I
have people
don't believe
reaching
in
out to us.
love. Yeah,
we
really.
have legitimate
We have fans.
So get on
It's
board
worrying.
now.
Yeah.
And also follow me if you haven't followed me already.
Greg's concerned that not enough people are following
Yeah,
him.
the ego is starting to matter to me.
I told my roommate that I don't believe in love anymore because I was watching everyone's like Valentine's Day posts. Not you guys. You guys are all in love. But while I was scrolling through them,
Will's
I was
married.
like,
that's not
no,
love
Will's-
anymore. That's just a
Will
that's a-
built
that's
his
an art-
Will
that's a
built his
contract.
wife
That's a
a
contract.
romantasy nook of her apartment.
He also built his wife a green card.
Oh my god. Well, you can do a lot of different kinds of
That's
love
two birds,
languages.
one stone right there.
A lot
What's
of
better
love
than getting a nook
languages.
and permanent residency, you know?
No, the Nook is better. It's awesome.
The nook's cool.
Okay, but I saw a lot of these
More of a
couples.
Kindle guy,
I was
though.
scrolling through and I realized I was like, it's crazy you guys all think you're in love. That's so funny.
My favorite thing about Valentine's Day is seeing the guys post and then hearing the girls that I work with say he was just like asking me for nudes like a week ago and all of a sudden he has a girlfriend and I'm always like, damn,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
an uncomfortable conversation.
I
waiting to happen.
have been on the
receiving end of seeing somebody that you thought was very much single for the
Yes,
past year
yeah.
be like, yo,
Oh,
happy
yeah.
9 months. That's crazy. That's balls.
not happy 9 months, but happy like or like where you're like, oh, that was a quick turnaround to
Yeah.
girlfriend. That went.
But that's also like you being naive enough to think that there was a turnaround and that it wasn't two at the same time.
I think in the case I'm thinking of, no, but yeah, I know
Right.
what you mean.
know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean like in specificity
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Just
yeah.
saying in
No,
general.
I wasn't like we're in love.
Right.
Even though.
Well, so I don't understand. Like, do you really think that you don't believe in love?
No, but okay. Well.
Wow, you folded real quick on that.
The thing is, like, do I? I think people have it. I don't know. But I told my roommate this, and he was like, you know what? You know what you sound like? You sound like the girl in a rom-com right before she meets the love of her life.
Grace is gonna go to the airport,
And
you're
I
gonna,
was
you're gonna
like,
be off to Costa
as
Rica.
if that wasn't my plan all along.
You're gonna be off in
bitch.
Costa Rica, and I'll be like, Grace, wait,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
we have
yeah,
12
yeah,
more
yeah,
questions
yes.
we need to
need to
answer.
finish. Sorry, Jaclyn. By the time we finish these 12 questions, Greg will be mine.
It's just like,
Even though I don't believe in that.
my thing about love is like, I don't think it's real in the sense of what people want to believe it is.
I think you can love people.
But it's
like,
hard.
I love you guys, but sometimes I'm
Nah,
like,
it's not the same.
when people are like, God, I just love my girlfriend so much. I just don't think boys can do that.
No, I think you can because I think if you can hate your girlfriend as much as you can love
Oh,
her,
hate is different. You
it's
can
love.
hate is way more
but it's
powerful.
the same. Nah, but it's the same thing, dude. Because like love to me is like being like open to everything that it is. Like understanding that some days are gonna suck, some days you just don't maybe want to hang out. Other days you're like obsessed, and it's like understanding the boundaries and trying to like moderate the
Yeah.
idea of it. Like love isn't easy. You're gonna argue and you're gonna like bicker and like
Right.
get
Yeah, I
under
get
each other.
that.
You know how much I annoy Jaclyn on a day-to-day basis?
Gregory, please.
You don't think that woman loves me?
As
If she had
though
loved
I
me, I
can't-
would have been
Oh,
to
sorry.
the curb a
To
while
be
ago.
clear, I think women.
Oh,
can
so
love.
girls can
Yeah.
love, but
I think
guys
love is
can't.
only for lesbians.
But why do
Truly,
you
I'm
think-
like, I
oh.
don't think.
You know, in a weird way, I believe that. Because I see my
Right?
parents. I see my
I'm like,
parents.
the rest of you are just horny. Like, women love each other.
No, but you lose horniness, dude.
I know
Will,
that's what I.
Will, are you as horny now as you were 8 years ago?
Don't ask Will these questions. He's actually in love with his wife. I believe Will is in love.
No, dude. Again, marriage is like, that's when you just understand, like, well, we're here.
No, but then it's like actual love. I'm like, oh, you love that person as a person.
You gotta, well, yeah, but you gotta love him as a best friend.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. Like, I asked my dad, like, yo, what's the secret? Because
Like
you and
Like
mom,
your dog,
like, how's it
man's
doing?
best friend.
He's like, yo, marry your best friend and never go to bed angry at each other. That's all
is that
it
your
is,
dad's
dude.
advice?
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's nice.
And
advice.
that's how I feel like we do it. You know, like Jack and I intertwine in a lot of activities and things that we like to do and stuff. And it's so funny talking about Jack while
I know,
I'm
she's here.
now I'm gonna be like, okay, so what about
Let's
us?
fall
Can
in love.
we fall
Yeah.
in love with?
Now
Yeah.
let's bring in a third.
Yeah. Yo, are we just taking applications? That's how we should do guests.
Yeah.
Bring on guests as like Jack and I's third.
Jesus Christ.
Pitch to me. Die on the hill of why you think Jack and I should sleep with you. That would be.
I want to be.
We've had
Not for me, not
not
for
to
me.
flex, Grace. We've had famous propositions. I'm not going to go into
Will you
the
tell me
story.
off pod? Will you
I
tell me
will
off pod?
absolutely tell you off pod,
Can
but
Can you say one word? That's a hint?
absolutely not. No, it's
How
no,
famous?
very famous.
Like I definitely know them.
Millions of Instagram followers. Yeah, relax and relax. You should have seen. I wish everyone I've ever known was in the room for how quickly Jaclyn shot it down. It was like.
Were you mad? Do you wish?
Because
she'd
the
said
way
yes?
they asked us, no,
He
I'll
said, "Listen,
I'll talk to you
Jaclyn."
about after the pod, but it was like basically opening up of like, do you even think I should? I don't even think I want to do it. Yeah, like basically, like, are you guys monogamous? And Jack was like, yes, like that, like that, dude.
Atta girl.
Like
My mom's
that.
gonna love that, Jack.
Yeah, like that. Dude, she was so locked in, and that's when I was like, yo, Jack loves me. Because if she didn't love me, I would have left me for him. You know? Yeah, literally, I think that's what she said, was very monogamous. But it wasn't just the third; it was the third and fourth. Like it was like a couples thing.
Oh.
Well, tell Grace about when we walked into the restaurant.
I don't remember that. All right, please be careful with what we
We
talk
can believe
about.
it. She edits the podcast.
Yeah, you're right. I'm telling the editor what to be careful.
Yeah.
We walked into the restaurant, and there was like a couch. It was like kind of big, like weird that a restaurant had like a sectional,
Like this,
like love seat type of couch
No.
in the
Help. Can you tell I haven't shaved my legs?
Oh my god.
She touched my ankle.
Jack never shaves her legs. She's not gonna shave you.
No, yeah, never. And we walked in, and the other guy said, "Oh, guys, this place is perfect for an orgy."
Whoa.
And then
Wait, were you
yes.
you weren't hanging out with this person? This wasn't
no, yeah, like the four of us went to a restaurant together.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then like 20 minutes later, he asked, or I think the wife asked,
It was
if
about-
we
it was
were
pretty early.
monogamous.
Which is also funny for the girl to ask, because if he asked, I would have been like, yeah, like quick.
I feel so bad for the
But the
listeners to this
fact that it-
podcast because I get to find out who it is after the
Yeah,
episode.
bro, it is
Can you write it down and I can
very
read it
funny.
and I can react, but I won't say their name?
I'll show you their Instagram,
You don't have to show me their Instagram if I know who they are.
but I just want to.
Dun-dun. Oh, I don't really. I guess I know who that person is.
Okay, that's not as cool. Thanks for fucking killing a possible clip there. You could have just looked at the follower count and realized
That is a lot of followers.
Yeah, that's a lot. God damn it, Grace!
It's not
what a
Tom
fucking letdown.
Cruise.
Oh, I'm sorry that Bradley Cooper
It
wasn't.
wasn't
like,
Matt Damon.
It wasn't Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid. I'm sorry.
I thought that's who it might be.
Really?
No.
Oh. No, yeah, no. I mean, it's still. Wow, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
ruined it. Sorry for being a bitch.
You're making it really difficult to fall in
I've
love with
had a. I know. You think I'm not living
Like
this?
I'm showing you
Greg,
options that
Greg,
we have, and
I'm
you're like,
living
how are
this
you gonna
life
get
every
yourself in this?
day.
How
I'm
are you
living this
gonna-
life every day. Where
Don't
it's
make it sad.
I'm making it hard for people.
Don't make it sad.
because
Don't
of-
make me feel
It's
bad
because
for
of
you.
my personality. Don't worry. But
What's worse, to not find love because of your personality or because of your looks? What do you think would hurt more?
personality? That hurts more. You could find a blind person or someone else ugly.
Nah,
But-
I don't know. You can also find another person who sucks.
I think
though.
someone's into like whatever you look like, no matter what.
Yeah, I know, but like the biggest thing that like I love looking at ugly couples because I'm like, good for them.
Oh,
They,
yeah,
that's
same.
love. You know, like they're so happy to be with each other. You know, they're not like there's no temptation because no
Yeah.
one wants to. You know, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm sure they would have rather been with someone hot. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Like I've never dated I don't date Jack thinking like at least her personality's great.
yeah.
Like there
Hey, aw.
it's like it's everything.
Greg's
for me.
Valentine's Day post.
Yeah. Dating
Hear
her
me out,
not
you
just
guys.
for her personality.
is really good.
Yeah. Finally to be the hot one in a relationship. No, it's
Yeah.
not. I never would date Jaclyn if I didn't think she was more attractive than me.
Wait, what? You would never date her if you didn't think she was more. You would only date someone that you think is more attractive than you.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. Can I take that back?
Yeah. Wait, I have a threesome thing.
Yeah.
One time I was hanging out with a group of people, and one of them listens to our podcast, but she won't care because she thinks this is a funny story. I was hanging out with this group, and it was getting down to the end of the night, and it was like this couple and me and another girl. I was kind of like, I feel like the vibes here, I don't know. I feel like you guys would have more fun if I left.
Oh.
And then I left, and they did all the threesome.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Grace, that's so
And the girl-
embarrassing. They were just waiting for you to take the hint and leave. I've never had
The
to
girl,
take a hint
wait,
from
get ready
3
for
people.
this. Also a redhead.
Oh wow. Grace, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was cool.
Would you have wanted to be in it?
No,
Why not?
I don't want to get into that on our podcast. In general, I would not have a threesome. So if anyone's interested, I'm not available
Really?
for that. No.
All right.
One other person is more than enough.
Yeah, I feel like you.
One other person, I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy.
You're like, I hope they
I'm
don't
like,
talk
oh my
about
God,
this on a
I'm
podcast
just,
later.
this is, yeah. The whole time I'm like, oh my God, what do I say next? What do I say
Wow.
next? If
Was
there
it so?
a
It was
group-
2 girls and 1 guy.
Mhm.
That dude just pulled off a miracle. That dude said Kobe and
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Good for
Good
him.
for them.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Anyway,
Were they attractive?
all three I would say are attractive. Yeah.
It's just
And
so
again-
funny imagining you
again-
being in that situation. I wish I was a fly on the wall just for you to be like,
I
I
know.
think
one
I'm
of
what's
them-
holding this group back from
I
achieving
know.
something
I was.
special.
I was like, I think I'm gonna go home. They were like, no. Okay, bye.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Grace, that's a next level.
I know one of them. She listens. Like she'll text me when the episodes drop.
Yeah.
Like she listens.
Yeah.
And so hi, shout out to you. I love you.
Do I know any of them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
But
I'm gonna
yeah.
start stalking everybody on Instagram.
I
because
know.
For some
No.
reason, I just
Yeah.
wanna
No.
know.
It was awesome.
I've been offered.
I was like, did you guys talk about me? Remember, it was the worst part. No, the worst part is that they were all hanging out with me because they had come to a bringer show that I did.
Oh, that's so funny. You really brought them. You really brought them all.
This was like years ago. Yeah.
Wow, who would have thought you found a 3-way at Broadway Comedy Club?
Yeah.
Shout out
Stand Up New York,
BCC.
but yeah.
Oh, okay.
The old Stand Up New
Excuse
York.
me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how dated the story is.
That's unbelievable, dude. You really did they not know each other before?
No, they all know each other.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
So maybe it was discussed. Do you
I
it
think
felt-
it had been.
was the
I
one
actually don't want to go.
was
into
the
it
one in a
further.
relationship?
No, she was single.
But I'm
the other
saying-
girl. The other two were together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was
that's
a
what I'm saying.
couple.
Because if
and
not,
a
that's
third.
that's
Yes.
just pulling strings.
It was a
dude.
couple, and then me and the other girl. I can't keep talking about this on the podcast.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
To my friend, I'm sorry I talked about it at length, but
I have been offered twice outside of that situation. The first time I was about 19. I was in a bar in college playing in a pool tournament.
classic.
But I go to school in Shippensburg University, and if you know anything about the townies of Shippensburg University, they are
People are always talking about them. Those townies.
yeah,
of
they're some
Shippensburg.
of the scariest people you'll
Yeah.
ever come across. They're just like teeth missing. Just it's a weird brand of white.
Okay.
I'm in a pool tournament. I got smoked round one. So I was
Sure.
like, let me just hang at the
Sure.
bar and get plastered while my roommate is like flying up the leaderboards.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to chill there. Why not? And I come to talking to this townie couple. And I don't think either of them had all their teeth. They were they were not attractive at all. And I was just like, kind of just like, felt like it was a good conversation. It
Right.
wasn't flirty. It wasn't touchy. It wasn't weird. And then when I'm about to leave, they just straight up asked me if I wanted to be their third.
And you said, "Thank you so much. I'm flattered."
I was like, I was like, what? Where did what moment did you
Did
think?
you see me play pool?
I
You
was
think
like, yeah, I just got spanked by a dude with one arm.
I can handle all these?
Yeah, I was like, no, I
all these
don't.
balls and sticks and holes, please.
I was like, yo, first of all, you're in your 40s and I'm 19.
Sometimes that's hot to people.
Yeah, but they, like when you're in your 40s and you're like, oh, they look good for their 40s. They looked like they were in their 60s.
Nice.
They were
Okay, cool.
Shippensburg 40,
Yeah.
which is a New
Yeah.
York 73.
Yeah.
They were bad, dude. They were bad. And I was like, I'm going to pass up
I
on
hope
that
they
opportunity.
listen. I
And
hope they listen to
I
the
never
podcast.
saw them again.
Whoa.
Never
it's
saw
ca-
them
maybe
again. They
they're
were
magic.
just gone in the night.
They're goblins.
Yeah, gone in the night. And then, I think this was my senior year or junior year in college. And
So only in college, and then one
Yeah.
time with Jack.
yeah, that one time with Jack though was intense because I've never
Yeah.
been offered with my girlfriend before.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
one time in college, it was either junior or senior year, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and I think it was senior year, and I was trying to make it work with said person, and I went back to the sorority house, and I was very good friends with these two girls, like
Right.
very, very good friends. Like, I mean, I've known them my whole college career or whatever, and
Are they the girls from this?
no, dude, my guys though. Shout out to Tutu and Scoot. You know what I mean? Tutu and Scoot, just throw a comment on the Instagram just so they know you're real.
Come on.
I think Scoot just got married, so shout out Scoot.
You didn't get invited?
Bro, I wasn't like, come on.
Oh, you're not that good friends with
I
them.
mean, yeah, like I'm cool with Scoot, but I'm not like
Okay, I wasn't
catching
sure.
up. And I'm friends with these two girls, and we were at the bar, we were having
Sorry,
fun, and it
Scoot.
was like cool. And I knew the one girl wanted to hook up with me for as long as I've been to school there. Everybody
Sure.
knew that she did. I just never did, right? And I went over back to her sorority house, and it was her and her other friend, and they were like, kind of like getting all over me.
Sure.
And like it was kind of like oh, this is happening, and like I'm like my blood pressure's going high. I'm like starting to freak out. Like this is a big moment.
Yeah,
right?
the best night of your life.
But then I like remembered I'm like, you know, if
I have
I'm
a
ever gonna make
girlfriend.
this work
Yeah.
with this girl, I
That
should.
would be
So
really
they
hard.
They went to the bathroom and they're like, we'll be right back, and I dipped I dipped.
Will's mouth.
Yeah, Will's jaw was dropping. I dipped because I didn't know how to be like, what am I supposed to say?
Thank you.
You know. So
Yeah.
at the moment they got up and they left, I was out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I broke up with the girl. We broke up like a week and a half later.
I could have had a threesome.
Dude, I was
but
like, you have
didn't.
no idea
You
what
any
I
of the
did for you.
sacrifices I made for you.
What I did for love.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Oh, you think love isn't real?
Yeah.
I turned down a threesome with 2 hot girls. I had one time I was at a bar in Ireland, and my cousin and
All of my stories are college. All of yours are Ireland.
Yeah. I was at a bar in Ireland with my cousin, and we were sitting at the bar hanging out. Male cousin. Nothing sexual happens between me
Okay,
and the cousin.
I
I want to be very
really
clear.
on the
I
edge
can
of
tell
my
from Greg's
seat
face.
with this.
No, so we're there, and we're there with my other friend Carolyn. We're sitting at the bar, and this couple comes, and it's a crowded bar, but we're at this like booth. They're like, "Can we sit at your table?" And we're like, "Yeah." So they're kind of just like sitting down. They're Irish. They start chatting with us. We're kind of just like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." They're older. They're in their 40s. At the time, I'm 22. My cousin's probably 19. So we're sitting there, and they eventually start making it clear that they are swingers. And the man would like to hook up with me, and the woman would like to hook up with my cousin.
Wow, that is an uncomfortable
And we're like,
situation.
we're cousins. Like, we don't want to do this at
Yeah,
all. And they were like, that's okay. That's cool. And we were like, what the fuck? But my cousin was getting so angry. Like, I was like, he's going to actually like fight these people. Like, they're pissing him off so much that we ended up just having to leave the bar. Because my friend
Wow.
Carolyn was like, Jack's gonna lose it. Like,
Yo,
but it was
your
weird.
stories are crazy.
It was weird.
Your stories they are insane.
It was really weird. I was like, yeah.
But like what I think of was like having these shots shot at us. You have to imagine it's been successful for them. Like that weird.
Yeah.
What they do has worked.
Did I tell you about the waterfall guy?
I feel like we're about to learn about him.
All right, I was hanging out in Central Park. I live near it. I went on just like a walk in the middle of the day to Central Park. This guy comes up to me, he goes, "Do you have the time?" And
Never a
I'm
good
like,
start.
"Please." Yeah, not a good start.
Does it look like I have the time?
Well, first of all, why don't you have the time? The thing about not having the time is very few people who have places to be also don't have a phone. Like most people can check the time if they're in a rush.
Most people in the world.
Yes. So
know
I
the
was kind of
time.
like, okay. And I was like, oh, it's like 12:15 or whatever, middle of the day.
Mhm.
So he walks away. I'm like sitting there. I'm like listening to an audiobook in the
Flex.
park.
All right, flex.
Can't read, but can listen. So
Self-improvement.
he comes back like 5 minutes later and he's like, hey, and I like take my earbud out and he's like, hey, I was just wondering if maybe you wanted to go behind the waterfall over there so I could get a piece of that. And I was like, I panicked and I said, I'm okay for right now. Thank you.
Grace said maybe. Grace said maybe.
And then I leapt up and I was in the ramble, which is like the woods in the middle of the park. And I like leapt up and ran away. But
Grace
he,
said maybe to
listen,
a homeless guy being
not-
like, you trying to smash
not
behind the water
the
fountain?
most,
In the most populated park in the world?
there's a water feature. That's kind of romantic. It wasn't for me, but I'm just saying.
Grace
But I was
really
like,
thought about it.
that's
You were
worth
like,
on-
well, I mean, it could be really
Okay,
nice.
the craziest thing, not an unattractive guy. I was like, you could probably pull girls in real life. Like, you don't need to
Wow.
just be hitting on women in the park and be like,
Maybe
let's
that's
go
their
fuck
thing,
behind
dude.
the waterfall. It was crazy.
But imagine if it worked.
That's the thing. I feel like it has worked. I afterwards left and I was kind of like, can
I
you
almost
imagine
said
an
yes.
alternate? I would never have said yes. I would probably be dead.
Yeah, that's probably how he Ted Bundy's you.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I need help with my car.
Yeah. No, I was
you know?
I was pretty
But he's
terrified.
so upfront that I think he's
Oh,
being genuine.
Yeah. No, he was
I think
like,
he would just be excited for the opportunity.
he was like,
I was going to kill you, but you said
I'd
yeah.
love
So
to take you behind the waterfall and get a piece of that. Yeah. And I was like,
I feel like if he worded it differently, he would have gotten you behind the water.
hello,
fountain.
milady. What? No.
Milady. Just a piece of that. I don't like that.
But I love he went to check out. I think he went to go check if the waterfall was clear, if it was like available.
Romantic.
Yeah. He had
If
a
somebody
plan.
else beat him to it.
Oh my God, he had a plan.
He did have a plan. We love a man with a plan.
A man being like 8 p.m. dinner reservation.
mhm.
What is
What's different between
what is
8 p.m.
sex
dinner
behind the
reservation?
waterfall? And that is the 8 p.m. dinner reservation of
modern-
public sex.
Exactly. That is really a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
It
Well,
is
sometimes
actually
you
a
have
pretty
to.
romantic
When that's
way
the
to
most
get
romantic,
almost
that's
sexually
only
assaulted.
the date you've been asked on
Yeah.
in 6 months.
Yeah. Wow, that's unfortunate. It's a really nice way to say something extremely creepy.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if someone asks you if you have the time in the Ramble in Central Park, he might be
you're like,
cheating on me.
You're like, yo,
so.
you know Grace Lobo?
Yeah. Should we do our romantic questions?
Yeah, let's get into
we'll
it.
do a
Let's
couple.
fall in love.
Okay. I am gonna pull it up. Let's fall in love. Sorry, Jaclyn.
Let's make
Okay,
you believe in love.
Okay.
More importantly.
We're starting on set 2 of the New York Times. This is the New York Times 30 sex questions. 30 sex questions.
Get your head out of the
All
gutter,
right.
Grace. What are we doing?
All
here?
right.
What are we doing?
36 questions that lead to love. Okay.
And we're 12 deep and not.
We're
we've
12
made no
deep and we're
progress.
definitely. Do you feel in love so far?
I feel love.
Okay.
I do feel love.
I feel a lot of things. Love and hate are almost the same, Greg said earlier. Okay. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future. He's going to sneeze.
Yeah. No, I'm yawning. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It got weird.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? Discuss.
What happens when I die?
What happens when you die, like after your death? Oh, I
Yeah.
would love to know that. Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to know my future because then it's going to give me no motivation if I don't like the way it sounds. Like, I'll just,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Do you think that if you found out the future, you'd have the ability to change it?
but I don't think that's how it works.
No, I think it is. A lot of times when people have
Oh, then yeah. Let me.
a lot of times when people have a future seeing ability in like smut literature that I read.
Okay, so not in a real world.
Well, in real world,
Do you believe that people can tell the future?
depends.
Oh my God, Grace, we're off to a bad start.
Yeah.
This is a really bad
You're not
start.
falling in love with me?
I am falling very much out of it.
Wait, what do you think? Wait, tell me more about this.
About what? The fact that you believe in future telling?
Sometimes I think
You're just
people
a
can have
romantic,
premonitions.
really deeply.
I don't think I'm romantic. I just told you I don't believe in love.
Yeah, but you don't want to believe in love, but you do. Because if you believe that somebody can tell you the future
No, I
of
believe
your
in
life,
magic and wizardry.
But what is love if it
and
isn't
witchcraft and
magic?
wizardry? No, it's emotional
and Frodo.
chemicals. It's chemicals and it's hormones.
All right,
Okay,
whatever.
one of my friends is psychic.
I want to know what happens when I die.
You
I don't
wanna-
want to start talking about your psychic friend
Fine.
because I'm going to start saying things I'm going to have to apologize for later. And I don't want to do that because I have a friend too that also does psychic stuff. And she's very nice. And I also know that Jaclyn over there really likes psychic stuff. So
I know Jaclyn does. That's why Jaclyn and I are friends partially.
Yeah,
we
I
like
know.
the same
And-
kind
and
of
I-
we like
and
the same kind of shit.
I really,
yeah,
I
we love
really
good
love-
things that are fun.
I
Greg
really
doesn't
love how
believe
much
Greg-
Jaclyn loves everything that she loves. I wouldn't change any of her hobbies.
I respect all of your interests.
I really do. I do.
Well, anyway, you said
I
all
love
those
the things that she loves that she knows I don't like because then she really doesn't talk to me about them. Like, not every day is she like, yo, you want to hear about this smut
Yeah.
book I read? Even though I do, like, I like when Jack reads a book and then totally finishes it, and then I ask, what was the book like? And then for a whole walk, she'll tell me about the book. I do like that. I'm not sarcastically
It's
saying
interesting.
it. Because I'm like, half the point, I'm like, what the fuck is... And you make fun of me for liking sports. Sports is so much more
No,
linear and
there's
understandable than this
crazy
crazy shit.
Once you get into the dragons and
Yeah, but then I show her Game of Thrones, and she's like, oh, I'm not into that
no,
stuff.
Game of Thrones is good.
It's
all
great.
Of it's good.
It's
all of it's good.
fantastic.
Do you like Game of Thrones?
Of course he does, because Will, as we know, likes cinema.
Actually, Will, as we know, doesn't like cinema.
No, but
that
he
was
likes-
what that episode was about.
I know what it is, Grace. I'm rewriting history. Welcome to a white man. That's what we do, dude. We rewrite
you.
history.
Thank you for
Fuck.
inviting me
Let
to
me
a
do
white
my
man.
ancestral deeds.
Thank you.
I finally got Will laughing, dude. I think I got him with the green card thing. We got him back on.
I
and
don't
that.
know if you like that.
No, he didn't, but it elicited a reaction, and that's all I was trying to do. I've been spending the last 2 hours trying to fucking get Will locked back in. Now we finally got it. We're running another hour.
Fuck, I'll do it. I'll do anything.
Wait, can we continue with what we were talking about? I'm sorry, I
you
derailed
want to
us.
know what happens after you die?
Yeah.
Or that anything women like is stupid.
Do not start putting words into my mouth. I said unsarcastically, I like when Jaclyn likes things
Yeah. Okay.
that don't include me. It's important to me. I like
Okay.
hobbies.
Wait,
and
what
stuff.
do you think happens after you die? Do you have a guess?
I'm gonna say reincarnation. I'm gonna pop off and say energy cannot be
Whoa.
destroyed. It can only be transferred. So I believe that it's got to go somewhere.
It's got to go somewhere, but you specifically think it goes back into something else.
Yeah,
Do you believe in like the Hindu form of
The karma of
reincarnation
it?
where there's karma? Yeah.
I would like to believe so.
You're coming back as a fucking
Goat. I was a
Yes.
goat. Now I'm a
Yeah.
human going back to a goat.
What do you think you'd come back as?
A goat, dude. That's my
That's
final
for real.
form.
You come back as a goat.
There's nothing I want to be more in my life than a goat.
That's so weird.
Bro, they're awesome.
They eat garbage.
They don't see it as garbage. We see it as garbage because we have adapted to intellectual to fucking understand
One man's
that.
trash.
Exactly.
Is Greg's favorite
Goats,
lunch.
bro, goats faint hilariously.
The screaming is cool.
It's awesome. They jump off of
What
shit
if you became? What if?
and
you
they
were
have
a goat?
mustaches.
What if you were someone who was a goat who was recruited for goat yoga?
Yeah, that's my goal, man.
Greg.
I want to be a goat.
It's just a
helping others.
random lady in
Or-
upstate New York lifting you into the air while she does like.
And you get to just look at her boobs. And nobody's going to know, dude. Nobody's going to
Do you
know this
think-
goat's a horny goat
Do you
weed.
think you'd keep the same? Do you
That
think
was
you'd
better
keep
than
the
what you
same
gave me.
personality?
No. I mean, personality is a result of life.
Oh, so you don't think your soul and whatever transfers? Oh, you think nurture versus nature?
I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
I mean, I wrote my college thesis paper on what makes a serial killer, and you're not born a serial killer. It's not something that you are from birth. But I think it's how you react to trauma that makes you into something. It's how people raise you and how you
yeah,
react
I agree
to
with
trauma,
that.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And it's like everybody deals with trauma. It's how you're going to deal with
Or
it.
it's because you and your friend made a pact that you were gonna fake his death, and then you're just a good friend.
And then you come back.
And
just
you got a
dick-swinging
little
porn
excited
star.
about the plan. You got a little excited about the plan, and you accidentally killed him.
Yeah, you got a little bit, and then you stepped on his ribs like a deer carcass or whatever.
Call back.
What would you believe? Like what
happens
death?
after you die?
Yeah.
I don't think that you. I also think there's like an afterlife, but I don't think you
Do you
come
think heaven?
back. I don't think it's specifically heaven. I don't believe in hell.
I think heaven is an asinine
my
belief.
mom's gonna hate.
My mom
this.
too. Like
Yeah.
I come from Catholicism, baby.
Me too.
But I think it's very humanizing to think that everything that we did, it's ego to think that our life is going to continue forever when we die. It's like just because you lost your mom and you're gonna miss her. I'm sorry to tell you, you're probably not gonna see her again.
Oh, so I don't agree with that. I think that there's a form of like your soul or something that's like floating around up there.
But memory is not a soul thing. Memory
I
is
think
a
there's
physical
like
thing.
like you're some kind of other.
Right, but if you are something other, you cannot hold on to.
But you could meet
human
your mom
physical
again.
memory.
She could be a goat right next to you. She
Bro,
could be
that'd
sick.
Yo,
reincarnated as the
all
lady.
right, yo, change your
She
plans.
could be the lady who's doing
Change your
goat
plans.
yoga.
I
and you're
want
like,
my
"This
mom and I
lady's
to
titties," and then
keep
you're like, "Wait."
reincarnating. I want my mom and I to keep reincarnating as different things, just so I can be chilling with my
Do you know
mom
about
forever.
past life regressions?
Like you're saying, like what you've done in your past life is changed.
Yeah,
like,
and people will do this thing that's called a past life regression, which is like a special kind of like it's kind of like a psychological or not psychic reading, where they like are like, oh, and it's like you go into a trance or something. I don't know, but they tell you like, oh, in this life you were like a medieval warrior, and they like tell you,
no, I
oh,
don't believe that.
I want to do it so bad,
Yeah,
but
it's
sometimes
funny.
it changes people's lives like forever. It like can fuck you up.
I don't
How many
know.
times around do you think you've done it? You think you're new, or you think you're an old
I think
one?
I've been around because ever
I
since,
don't think that
ever
about
s-
you at all.
Ever since I was a kid, everyone's like, "Yo, you're an old soul."
I never met these people because having met you as an adult, I'm like, this is his first rodeo.
Maybe it's my first time as a human, a human form.
You've
but
been a goat 30
I-
million times.
Bro, I've
Greg's
been a goat
for
God like
3
kept
million years.
God kept like forgetting to assign
I was
me.
like, oh fuck, we did a goat again.
Let's rip him a goat.
It's not gonna seem random.
He's
Let
like,
him be
"Why
a
you-"
weird guy with a mustache
He's like
one
the-
time.
He's like the greatest goat ever. It's like he's done this
Kind
before.
of like being a goat.
I think like, no, I don't know. I'm sure that we bounce around from things to things and like
What do you
animals
think
to
your worst
people
one
that-
was?
Man, I don't know.
Hopefully not this one.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm also not gonna pretend that I know anything about it. So it's like, what do I want to believe? I just think I look at animals and I'm like, I love them way too much to not have been one.
Okay. But you eat them. I don't eat them.
Yeah, you know who else eats animals? Other animals, Grace.
Well,
It's called the cycle of life.
I'm above that.
You pretentious little hoe.
Yeah, I am. I am a pretentious little hoe.
You're like, I don't like the
A
smell of
PLH.
beef on a stove. It makes me think it's gross. Yeah, welcome, bro.
It
This
makes
is the
me
first
think
time in
it's
history where
gross.
being a vegetarian
being
lets
Trump?
you survive, dog. If you were born,
That's not true. You could be a vegetarian in other pasts.
there
Sometimes-
are.
What if you only could gather? What if you could only gather?
Well, yeah, aka being a woman prior to
Actually,
1940.
Okay. This is why. This is where.
But I'm like, yeah, like hunters and gatherers, but you gathered fucking berries as the hunters hunted the main entree.
I actually have heard that that's not true. That women,
Oh, yeah? Who'd you
women
hear that
actually
from?
hunted also.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying okay.
I heard that in passing. I can't tell you where.
But I didn't assign that as a gender role. Like I'm sure there
Well,
were
everyone
lesbian
knows when
couples
they say
back in the
hunter
day.
and gather,
That's
everyone-
you assigning.
No, you
I don't
said
think of. I don't
women.
think of gender.
You said women were gathering and the men were out hunting the main entree.
They were, but I'm sure some twinks were getting married. There were some beards back in the day. There were probably more beards back then than now.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Just statistically, really.
Yes. Anyway, what do I think happens after you die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just are like some kind of energy. I think there's like a larger collective
Do you
universal
believe in
energy.
ghosts?
Yes, and I think I've been visited by a ghost. Do
Mm.
you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I think it's weird to be like I don't believe in heaven, but I believe in ghosts and vice versa. Like I think it's kind of like choosy, like pick and choosy. Like I think if you believe in one, you kind of have to believe in the other.
I don't think you believe in heaven specifically, but I believe that you like keep your soul, you maintain.
And where do you go?
I don't just into some energy void, whatever.
Mm.
But
Do you like have a life? I don't want to die.
no,
now
you
that I'm
don't have
thinking
a
about
life,
it.
but I think it's. Oh my god, you don't want to die.
I was like kind of into it for a while, but now I'm
Whoa.
like. But
Ever
now I'm
since
just
this
like.
podcast came out, I don't want to die anymore.
But now I'm just like, bro, it's like eternity's a long time, dude. But again, time is only a social construct.
I think that you go and you exist in some kind of other plane
She
where
moved
it's
on
like
so well.
you can like yeah, sorry. Say what you just said.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. It was a high thought.
I just think you like yeah, you just exist.
Maybe we just. All right. So what
I
about
think
the
you can
parallel
also-
dimensional
I think
thing?
you can watch people on Earth. Like I think I can be on
I don't
Earth
wanna
and be
believe that.
like I can know that like and
Let me
I
see
think
what
you
my
can
ex
still
is doing.
communicate in a like I think I've been visited by a ghost also.
I know. I hear you. I just am kind of tentative to ask you for the story.
Why do you not want me to say it on the podcast?
I just don't want to make fun of you.
Okay, do you want me to tell you it anyway?
Yeah, you can tell me it anyway.
I think you are. Why are you afraid you're gonna make fun of me?
Because it's going to be funny. Because you're going to take it very seriously, and I'm going to look at it as if it's a total bit.
Okay.
But you can say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone I know died.
Fuck. Okay.
So yeah, come for me for
Yeah,
that. Yeah. And my friend is a psychic medium. I do her show. She spoke and told me things that I know you're like, Grace is crazy.
No, I
She
know
told me
of this
things
person,
that
and
I was like, I
I-
could never have thought that. And I was like, oh my God, how did you know this? Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's not the ghost part. That I was like, that gave me a lot to think about, whatever. I go home that night, I'm asleep, and I wake up because I hear very clearly in my head his voice, but it wakes me up. It's so vivid that I like wake up. And that's him. Then I'm sitting in my bed. I'm like, hear his voice, and I'm like, there's something in my room. Then I get really cold on the entire left side of my body, and I feel like my bed is like vibrating, and I have like goosebumps all on my left side of my body. Then I'm like, okay, that's weird, whatever. The next night, it happens again. This time, while it's happening, something falls over on my desk. Ooh. When I tell this story to girls, Greg, they freak out.
Probably because there's so much context.
Yeah. Well, they know all the context, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That I don't want to give
Did you
on.
like that?
That I was like, oh, it feels like you came and visited me. Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Don't
like-
visit me. If you die,
No, it made
fucking
me feel.
stay
It
away.
made me feel.
I don't want to see
like,
you. I'm over it.
Or like I don't know, signs. Like when someone dies and there's signs. Like
But
have
the
a
thing
family-
with signs is you only see them if you're looking for it. It's selective, dude. None of it's.
yeah,
all of
you can
it's-
choose. I think there's a choice.
You could have just been like, man, I'm cold.
No, but I think there's like okay, we have a family friend who passed away, and she was very young, and the sign that is associated with her is butterflies. For my mom, it's butterflies,
Right.
whatever. So whenever my mom sees butterflies, but it's like obviously, yeah, there's also just
She just
butterflies.
wants to
You've seen
remember it.
butterflies before she died, true. But if that's you're assigning that meaning,
I think it's wonderful.
that's also fine.
It's very. I
Yeah.
don't think it's not fine. I think
Yeah.
it's a very healthy thing to
my
do
hill
when you
to
miss
die on
somebody.
is that Greg hates.
But I think it's like, come on, dude. But I do think I believe in psychic stuff to an extent because
I
it's
think
like,
if
how
you're
else do you
making
know
your
that
life
shit that you're saying?
decisions about it, that's when it's like, all right, let's chill.
Yeah, but who am I to say why are you making your life decisions based around that when
Yeah.
religion in general is genuinely pretty crazy,
Well, my
whether
mom-
it's real or not. It's kind of insane.
It is kind of nuts.
It's the craziest thing in humankind.
Sometimes it's awesome though. Where you're like, whoa, you guys came up with that? That's a crazy story.
Yo, Whisper Down the Lane popped off 40
Yeah.
million years ago.
Yeah. Do you know the one about the she-bear?
What? I feel like we're about to say something you're going to apologize for.
No. There's a story in the Bible where it's the Old
you know
Testament.
the book? Oh,
Yeah.
the OT? We love the
OT
OT.
Bible,
Oh, come on. Hit me
which
with the
goes hard.
hit me with the OT verse.
Vengeful God vibes.
Yeah, it was vengeful.
There was some prophet who was walking through the town, and the children of the town came out and they started throwing stones at him, and he was bald, and they said, get out of here, baldy, like, you bald man, get out of here. And they bullied him out of the woods.
Sucked back in the day.
They sucked. According to the actual Bible translation, is like, go on, get from ye here, bald man. Like, it's so weird. So then he leaves, and then the next verse, it's like one sentence, and it's like, and then a she-bear came forth from the woods and killed 42 of the children.
Bro, that's why I love the Bible.
God was like, my guy, you called him bald? Fuck
yeah,
you.
like, I'm going to burn your city to the ground,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Mount Vesuvius
And then he
this
mellowed
shit.
out. Once we got Jesus, he was like, whoa, that was a
Yeah, but
lot.
like, the
He's
shit
like,
that he
I'm
did,
cool
like,
now.
what about Job? Remember Job?
Yeah.
The whole book of Job, this dude is like a devout guy,
Yeah.
believes in God's married, has kids. God is like, yo, do you really love me? And Job's like, yeah. And God's like, all right, like, let me put it to a test. Makes him sell everything he owns, puts all of his money away, kills his wife, kills all of his kids, does all of this, makes his life a living hell, gives him like the plague and shit. And he's like, yo, do you still love me? And Job's like, yeah. And God's like, bet.
It's like Stockholm syndrome.
And I'm like, what are we doing here? You just killed
Job,
everything.
Job,
this
get a
man-
backbone.
Yeah.
Stick up for yourself.
Like fucking and
God is
Abraham. Can we
toxic.
talk about Abraham? You're gonna make Abraham go and kill your kid,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
right about when you're about to kill him, he's like, "Yo, I just want to see if you do that shit, you punk."
Is that Abraham? Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
Abraham.
And it's Isaac,
Yeah.
the son.
And I'm like, why are we being weird?
yeah, it's crazy.
God,
We talked about religion way more than I thought we were going
we
to.
only got through one question.
I actually think that's good.
I liked it.
I
we
know.
really only got through one question.
No, but we
Somehow
also, and
disagreed.
to be honest,
I
we
think
didn't
this
get
is-
through the question.
No, we didn't. I think this is our Hill to Die On segment from now on, doing a question because we will probably never agree. Like, hit me with just one more. Hit me with the
Well,
next
wait,
one.
the question. What do you think that question was?
Oh,
The question was
is
not
God a
do you
dick?
believe in the afterlife? The question was, if a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, anything else, what would you want to know?
Oh.
You still don't know what mine is. But I was glad you had an answer locked.
Wait, we just rattled 20 minutes off. All right, what was yours? Real quick, short and sweet, then we're going to hop to the next one.
Oh God. I don't know. I mean, like,
Come on. You can't
Yeah, I
lead
know.
me into that just to be like, I don't know.
I don't know. No, but like,
I gave you content. You're giving me nothing.
I know this one. I like would have to. I don't.
All right, just go
I
to the
like
next
yours.
one.
I like yours. I like your answer. I kind of want to steal it.
All right, steal it. Say it.
I want to know what happens when you die.
Oh,
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah,
I wish I thought of that.
I know, but I like because the ones I'm thinking about, it's like I'd want to know things about myself. Like I'd want to know, like,
Yeah, but what's the
what
point of
am I
life
doing?
if
The
you
thing I
already
was
have
meant
it
to know.
known?
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like the things I'd want to know. I'm like, you shouldn't know.
No, it's the purpose
Like,
of life.
there's a
is to
reason you
figure
don't
it
know
out.
this.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's
mean,
go
I
to the
guess
next one.
kind of the perfect purpose of life. Just another random question.
Yeah,
For
just go get
example,
weird.
what do you value most in a friendship?
Oh my god, dude. What?
Or another one.
Good riffs.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
Oh, dude, she's OG. We already talked about her.
We
What's
both.
up?
You're gonna make goes together. I
Oh,
love,
yeah,
I
me and
also,
my mom
I
are
also
gonna be
love
goats
my.
together.
Oh God, this one. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find the most disturbing and
My
why?
brother. I told my brother when I was like 6, I was like, when you die, I'm gonna kill myself, and he's like, yeah, don't do that. And I'm
Don't
like,
do
well,
that.
I already
Yeah.
signed it, so
Well, I already
yeah,
I
it's
signed up for
figure
kill,
it out, figure out how to live.
Kill myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me and my brother have a suicide pact that's signed one way.
I will say the question I want to know the answer to right now, and I don't think I should know it, is I'm curious about how/if I will meet my partner if I believe in love.
No, but the thing is, you clearly believe in love,
I know, but I'm
and
trying
you
to
want to
trick-
believe.
I'm trying to trick, like in a rom-com. I'm like, gosh, I'm just a girl with my little publishing job and my boy roommates, and I don't
Yeah.
believe in love.
Yeah.
And I'm going on a solo trip to Costa Rica by myself. Oh no, what's gonna happen?
Where's my Ashton Kutcher?
Instead, I'm gonna.
Where's
be,
my
I'm
Vince
gonna
Vaughn?
I'm gonna be a Netflix documentary. I'm not gonna be a rom-com.
You think you're
Gonna die? No.
All right, here's a question. I'll add this to the list. If you get murdered, do you think you get a Netflix documentary?
Maybe. I think I actually have. Depends on how I get murdered.
I think you have a chance.
I think I have a
don't.
chance too.
I had no shot.
Yeah, because I'm a girl. Yeah.
You know?
It depends how I get murdered. I really don't want to.
If you start posting photos with like a bunch of different people that you are worried about, I think that adds to the lore.
How do you want me to tell you that I need help secretly through the internet? But
photos?
You think photos?
Or do like, what did Britney Spears do?
Yeah,
She
I'll
started
start
being
doing
like
something.
weird,
If you start seeing me posting like a lot of pictures,
with like wearing green.
no, I
Something-
love
just
wearing
something
green. If I
strange.
post a picture that's like, I'm post it with like a really earnest caption. That's like.
Wait, yeah, like getting people to think you're actually doing well when in reality, if you
or
know
I'm not. I'm
you-
like posting a picture that I earnestly like of myself without being like, "Oh, this stupid bitch again." Ha ha ha.
No, you
Like,
know what it is? Speak in third person. If you're in trouble, start being like, Grace just had a great day today.
people are gonna know. I think my captor is gonna be like, "That's sus. Don't do it."
Oh,
Make it
I didn't know
convincing.
your captor was letting you post
Well,
on
yeah.
Instagram.
Why is there a reason why I have to be secret? My captor's letting me post on Instagram.
I didn't know it was a kidnapping situation.
He knows I need to post all the Hill to
I
Die
thought it
on
was just like an
reels.
abuse. Yeah, you're right. I thought it was
Yeah.
an abusive relationship thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's in Costa Rica.
Oh, you met.
Do you guys
your
speak
serial-
Spanish for your trip to Peru? I'm
Yes,
curious.
I'm fluent in Spanish.
Are you really?
I am.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm not.
I think there's a lot. The thing is, there's a lot of
Buenos
people.
noches.
There's a lot of people who think they're fluent in Spanish who aren't.
Yeah, well, je m'appelle Gregoire.
Wow, that's good.
It's French, but
Très belle. Good job.
I know it. Yeah, I figured
know.
it out. I just hated the way you said that.
With my perfect French accent.
I can say buenos noches. I can say hasta mañana and hasta luego and coño.
Que bueno.
Will, what does coño mean? Is that vagina?
That's cunt. Right?
Oh, really? Nice. We were trying to what are you doing with your face? Why do you look like she had a cleft palate?
I'm practicing my Spanish by listening to the Twilight audiobooks in Spanish.
That is disgusting. You're the only
What?
thing you're going to be able to know is.
No, I know how to say this is the skin of a killer Bella in Spanish.
Can you say that? That's a bit. You should write that down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a skit about it. I think it's SOSLPL.
Did you call it a skit?
Like, I want to make it a skit. Like a sketch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not, I don't call my comedy
I was gonna say,
skits.
That's
Jesus
like my
Christ.
dad
Yeah,
saying.
no, I'm not.
Do that as one of your acts.
Yeah.
Jack said wrap
All right,
it
I
up.
want to apologize for. I actually don't. Do we have a lot to apologize for?
I think we really popped off. I do want to apologize for the last thing that I said. The gap. I'm not gonna say it because we're gonna cut it.
Yeah,
I
Greg.
wanna
Greg
apologize
made
to
some
the-
dark jokes that I think we should.
To just the light of
Sometimes we say we're gonna
bad
cut it and then
things.
we don't though. So I don't know. You can.
Yeah, but we only have ever cut things that you've said.
Yeah, that's true. I have a job.
Yeah, you worry about like what you're gonna say a little bit more. I kind of
do.
just
Yeah,
I address everything in the apology after,
sure.
so I kind of just see that as good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
I'm sorry if there's something I'm not remembering to apologize for. Oh, I'm sorry if I outed you about that story. I think you're fine with it to my friends.
Do I got to apologize to lesbians this episode? I feel like it's been too
You-
many episodes that I
Where you
haven't
didn't
apologized to them.
to lesbians.
You
yeah.
know, I'm just gonna say sorry to them, just because I feel like lately I haven't been talking
This
about
makes
you
it
guys enough.
sound- Yeah, bring them up more. I'm sorry if you're a
I'm
man.
sorry that Grace doesn't believe in love.
I'm sorry if you're a man who thinks you're in love and I saw your Valentine's Day post on Instagram and I rolled my eyes and
Yeah,
thought,
I don't accept it.
sorry.
Yeah, not accepted.
You're not one of them. I think you love your girlfriend.
Wait, what was it? The text that you sent us like earlier today or yesterday, where you're like, you're one of the only, you might be the only couple where I'm like, oh, they're actually.
Yeah, I said you're
Nice.
one of the only ones.
Yeah.
Not the only. I have other friends.
Oh, you're
where-
right. I'm sorry. I'm just,
No, there's like four.
I know
Four.
you. But the thing is, Grace is surrounded by good relationship people.
Not all of them though. I have some.
Yeah, but like, that's life, dude.
I have some
But
friends
you,
where I'm
you
like,
are around
yikes.
some like really good relationships, and where I'm like, how can you possibly not believe in love? You're telling me that Skylar doesn't love Anna?
No, I think he does.
Skylar loves the shit out of Anna.
Yeah, this is a weird ending.
You ever just hang out a couple of guys and then you guys end up talking about how much you love your girlfriends? That's
No.
the corniest shit ever.
I can't imagine that happening.
Right. Well, not yet, Grace, but it will.
Thanks, yeah. Well, if you guys are in love with me, let me know.
Yeah, shoot him in the DMs or follow me on Instagram and
or
DM
follow
me if
Greg
you're
on
too
Instagram.
nervous about
that would
letting Grace
actually.
know.
Oh my god! If
Oh
Greg-
wait, I do want to apologize to Will. I was a little rude to him earlier today, but I had to
his
wake
wife.
him up. No, I know, but I like her, and I don't actually want to say
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because it's like then she thinks I was being real,
Yeah,
you know. So I'm just gonna say I apologize to Will, and
To
I don't really mean
immigrants
it.
in
Like
general.
obviously,
yeah.
you can't be saying immigrants while I'm saying I don't actually mean my apology. This is a rough
Okay,
apology
I
segment.
love you guys so much. This was fun.
Guys, this has been a
follow our
great
podcast.
time.
It's at Hill to Die on Pod. I'm Grace Lobo at gklobo.
Yo, follow the TikTok too, because TikTok's kind of been killing it, except the clip today. Did you see how many views it got?
No.
It's laughable. It was 7 before we started this. 7 likes, Grace, and I watched it 3 times. 7 views. Yeah,
Normally
7
we
views.
get a lot more
Yeah,
than
like
that.
900 usually, 850 to 900 consistently. 7 today. That's funny.
That's weird.
We peaked. We're done.
All right. Anyway,
Guys,
follow
I've
our
been Greg
TikTok
Melly. Follow Greg Melly.
at jacksowack and at
Jacksowack.
imwillbryant. That's been our podcast. We love you.
Let's fall
Or
in
do
love this
we?
year. Let's fall in love.
We'll do more questions next time.
Yeah, we're going to actually do it next time.
Okay, bye.